Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Fiona here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today I'm going to be filling you guys in on my second trimester. It's crazy to actually say that I'm not in my second trimester, but actually in my third. Guys, I am 32 plus weeks and I'm like, oh, I cannot believe that in a couple of weeks we will be welcoming our baby. It's still so surreal to me. It's just so amazing. I'm so excited. Before I jump into today's update, I do want to say, guys, thank you so much for your love, for your prayers, for your advice, for your well wishes when I shared my first trimester update and pregnancy announcement. I'm so grateful. I really am so grateful and even more excited, to share this journey with you. So, on to today's video. I'm going to break it down just like I did with my first trimester update. So if you are interested in a particular category, I'm going to list the different things I talk about in the description box with timings as well. So you can fast forward, rewind as you like. So the first thing I'm going to share today is what I spoke a lot about in my first trimester update, which was the all-day nausea, morning sickness for some people, and what that was like in the second trimester. Well, you'll be pleased to know that the second trimester was heavenly compared to the first trimester. Oh my gosh. A lot of people talk about the second trimester being the honeymoon period where you regain your energy and you feel, less sick. Yes, that was the second trimester. I did, however, still have quite a few days where I felt really horrible, but I'd say 60% of the time I felt great, 40% of the time I felt really nauseous, but I'm sure you'll agree that 60%, the 60-40 is better than feeling sick and really nauseous 100% of the time. So second trimester was so beautiful compared to the first trimester. Looking at my notes, one of the things that was really kind of prominent in the second trimester, however, was indigestion. Oh my goodness, what a beast, what a beast. I did share, that I did experience indigestion in the first trimester, but in the second trimester, my appetite came back. Oh gosh, guys, I was a serious foodie. What? Growing up, my nickname was Elenu Magion, which is Yoruba, because I'm of Nigerian heritage, which is Yoruba for a mouth that doesn't eat, because I never used to eat, I was fussy with my food, and I did share that with my husband when we were in our dating period, and so when we got married, he was just like, that nickname suits you because you don't eat, and I'd always be like, I do eat. But I realized that name was meant for me because it was only during pregnancy that I realized that I hadn't been eating a lot before. But now, in second trimester, I was eating. My husband would look at me with these puppy dog eyes like he had fallen in love with me again because I was eating so much. He would just smile. He was so happy I was eating. Like, this skinny chick is eating. Guys, what was cereal for breakfast? Cereal, please, what? I was eating yam, egg, boiled plantain for breakfast. My breakfasts were so carb heavy. Cereal wouldn't cut it, oats wouldn't cut it. For me, those were small snacks. Just, I was just going really in on my food. And so, as you guys can imagine, I was eating so much, my indigestion was serious. So indigestion was a big issue in my second trimester. And you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, so many of you gave me advice as to ways to try to reduce it. I tried everything. But in the end, and unfortunately towards the absolute end of my second trimester, I finally tried Gaviscon, which worked wonders. Wonders. I was kind of gulping the stuff down and got told off by hubby and my sisters a couple of times, but Gaviscon was a miracle worker. Another thing that happened in my second trimester, it happened in the first as well, I can't remember if I shared it, was I really disliked water. Guys, water made me feel nauseous. How can the one drink that you probably need to drink the most during pregnancy make you feel nauseous? We tried everything. Warm water, hot water, room temperature water, sparkling water, water with lemon, dilute to taste, everything. Yet I struggled to drink water. And this really upset me because I thought I'm going to have a baby that comes out with wrinkly skin because they have been dehydrated this whole time. And the only thing that helped Thank God it's no longer an issue in the third trimester, but the only thing that helped was Lucozade Sport. That sounds really strange, right? I didn't like any dilute to taste except for Lucozade Sport, which is the non-fizzy Lucozade drink that that's in a sports bottle with a sports cap, and also homemade juices, which I would dilute with quite a bit of water. So with the Lucozade Sport, I'd say I'd have 20% Lucozade, 80% water, and I was able to drink water that way and stay hydrated that way. And the same with fruit juices. I'd do, you know, a 50-50 split of the fruit juice that I would make and water, and that was the way I was able to drink water. So crazy, so crazy. But thank God, third trimester, I've fallen back in love with water. But yeah, that was a second trimester struggle. Last but not least, one of the things that falls within the kind of morning sickness or nausea category is motion sickness. Oh, I don't wish this on anybody. I had motion sickness a lot pre-pregnancy, but it kind of just increased by 1,000% in my second trimester. Really bad in the car, so terrible in the car. In fact, the number of times that I threw up throughout this entire pregnancy can be mainly related to car journeys. So I threw up the most in the car. My poor husband had a couple of cleaning episodes, but yeah, the car and me, so I've really reduced my number of outings. Public transport is not so bad, but it depends. If it's in the morning during rush hour when it's packed and warm, I can't do it. I have to travel at times of the day when it's quiet and on trains or, you know, methods of transport that I know to be well ventilated. So that's really been a huge issue. And on top of that, I also find that if I am in environments that are too stimulated, there's too much movement, there's too much talking, there's just too much stimulation, I feel very faint and dizzy. So that's, you know, supermarkets, that is shopping centres. I went to an uncle's 50th, was it his 50th? Yes, 50th birthday party, and it was so good to be out and with, you know, friends and family, as I hadn't been out in a while. And on the way home, I threw up twice in the car. So yeah, those kind of environments also aren't best for me. But that's pretty much it on all day nausea, morning sickness. It's better. It's better than the first trimester, even though it might sound a little bit grim, but it's definitely a lot better. So another thing I shared in the first trimester video was cravings and aversions. Guys, nothing has changed. Not so much anyway. I've not craved anything. I just like food. Any food, every food, I like a lot. But I've not craved one particular thing. In terms of aversions, one thing I'll add to the list is flowers. Since we got married, my husband has been buying me flowers every month. It's his thing. And he bought flowers and he had to move them from the living room to the kitchen to the toilet, because I could not stand the smell. It's almost like someone was stuffing flowers in my nose, and it was so horrible. And eventually we had to chuck the flowers out even before they had dried. So sorry, babe, but yeah, flowers are another thing that I cannot stand right now. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. On to the next thing, which is hair, skin and nails. In the first trimester update, I shared that I think my hair was doing good, but I can confirm my hair is in a really good place. It is so strong. Shedding is a thing of the past. I mean, I may get a couple of strands, you know, if I'm detangling, but my hair is really healthy and strong, despite the fact that I feel like I've neglected it the most in this season. It's definitely enjoying the pregnancy. In terms of my nails, they're still growing really quick. The one thing I want to share is skin. So I shared before that my body was particularly dry, especially my arms. I just keep up with my moisturizing routine. I cream the extra dry areas, you know, twice a day. And, you know, my belly is included as well, even though that's not dry. I cream that just to ensure that it stays moisturized and supple, and I reduce the likelihood of stretch marks, which so far I haven't, you know, gotten, but you never know, that may change. But the one thing I do want to share is that breast. That has been a very interesting thing to observe during this pregnancy. My boobs have grown, as many women's do. I've actually gone up 2 sizes, and my bras ain't cheap, so I'm just like, great. So I've gone up 2 sizes, but the thing that's really been surprising and that I saw mainly in the second trimester is extreme dryness, guys. I didn't know your boobs could get that dry, and it really did kind of shock me. I remember telling my mother-in-law, like, Mum, I think I've got boob eczema, and she found it hilarious, and she was just like, no, you don't. Your boobs are just preparing for breastfeeding, so there's, you know, a lot of skin or cell turnover. So I've actually had to invest in nipple balm pre-breastfeeding. I never thought I'd need to buy it before, and I use that just to keep that area as moisturized as possible and to make the cell turnover as pleasant to process as possible, if you know what I mean. So I do have a section in the video where I'm going to share some maternity purchases or maternity products that I'm currently using, because there are a few that I've added to the list. I don't think I had any in my first trimester update, but yes, your girl is already using nipple balm and it works wonders. It works wonders. I'll show you guys the one that I'm using. A couple of other things I wanted to share. Weight gain. I'm sure if you follow me on social media, you will believe me when I say I've not gained much weight, or I didn't gain much weight in my second trimester. Everything I've gained is just belly. It's just belly. And, you know, on top of that, I have a very compact belly situation going on. So there's not been a lot of weight gain. Baby's growing perfectly. But in terms of me gaining weight, so far, I've not had any of that. Another thing I wanted to share, exercise. I always thought pre-pregnancy I would be that girl that was exercising, you know, hot mama, keeping fit. No, I'm sure you'll understand that, you know, if you've seen my first trimester video, I could not do anything. I just couldn't. But at the end of, no, I'd say mid to end of second trimester, I had a new energy and just really disciplined myself to exercise, because I knew there are so many benefits for labor, just for you as an individual in general, for your mood, for enhancing your mood. And so I began to exercise, and I tried my absolute best to exercise 5 days a week. Now, some of you may be thinking, whoa, that's a lot, but wait, here the type of exercise I was doing, it wasn't anything major. So I would alternate between doing a 30-minute walk, which was so therapeutic. I'd throw my headphones in, listen to my labor and delivery playlist, which is just all gospel music, go for a walk, and part of my walk would include a hill. And that was really kind of the best part for me, because I'd be like, oh yeah, tackle the hill today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it would either be I'd do the 30-minute workout, or I'd do a YouTube pregnancy video workout. I'll link some of the videos that I would do in the description box. There was a main one that I would do, and I just do, you know, both of these, and that was pretty much it. There were days when I didn't want to do either of the two of those things, but I would force myself, even if I felt groggy, to do some stuff in the house. So I would play a playlist that would last at the very least 30 minutes and dance with the baby. I would dance and incorporate some of the stretches I had remembered from the YouTube workout video. I would do some movements on my birth ball, which is something that I invested in the second trimester and love. So I'd do a workout of some sort, even if it was just a mini workout. The dancing would have me huffing and puffing. So for me, it was a form of exercise. On to maternity purchases. So I have bought a few things that are maternity related. One of them is right here. Let's see if I can, oh gosh, lift it. But this is my birthing ball. I bought this in my second trimester. So I've not had any aches and pains really at all during this pregnancy. But I bought the birthing ball for exercise purposes, because I know that I work from home and I'm sitting down throughout the day. I find that sitting on a chair can be really uncomfortable and make you quite stiff and give you aches that you didn't have before. So I got that so that I could actually sit on it and then have the laptop on the table and work that way, just kind of bouncing away and getting some stretch out of sitting down. I also find if I've had a really long day, guys, and I'm so tired, I just kneel on the floor and literally just lean and rest on this ball, and my whole body just sinks and melts into it. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful feeling. You literally just feel so relaxed, and I've recommended this to quite a few friends that are expecting now. Another one somewhere next to me here, is this water bottle. So I did share that, you know, I struggled with water, hasn't been an issue in the third trimester, but I bought this to kind of encourage me to stay super hydrated. And what I love about it is it has timings that tell you how much you should have had to drink by a certain time. And the thing I love as well about this bottle is that it has a straw. And I'm part of a WhatsApp group of women, amazing women, and many of them have had children. And they recently gave myself and a friend advice on things not to forget for labour and delivery. And they said straws. And they said take straws with you because you may, you know, during labour not be able to hold a cup because your hands are doing other things, but your partner can, you know, give you a bottle of water with a straw in it so you can just suck out of the straw and keep hydrated. And I thought this bottle is perfect because it has a straw attached to it. So that's something that I'm really loving now, but also loved especially at the end of the second trimester when water became my friend again. Another thing, I didn't necessarily buy these things. My hair keeps flopping, guys, forgive the hair. The hair is just in a world of its own today. I didn't buy these things, but I've really been loving them. So in terms of skincare, I mentioned in my first trimester update that I would use 3 things for my bump to kind of help prevent stretch marks from appearing. I'd start with aloe vera gel, follow with shea butter from my girl Layla, and finally use rosehip oil. Well, that no longer happens. I stopped doing that in the second trimester because I found it to be just too many steps and I wanted something quick. But I'd also find if I was going out, my clothes would be stained because it was just, you know, there were just too many products and they'd seep through my clothes. And so I decided to start using shea butter, which is oily, yes, but just didn't seep through in the same way as the other 3 products. And then I was also sent some products from some brands just to try and enjoy during pregnancy. And I use a couple of them. So I alternate between shea butter and some of these products. And I thought, why not share them? The first one, first of all, actually, let me just share. This is the nipple balm that I bought from Mamma Mia, Keep Calm Nipple Balm. Got it off Amazon. Great. It's actually got medical grade lanolin in it. And lanolin is something a lot of women use, you know, on their nipples when they're breastfeeding. Organic shea butter and organic coconut and olive oil. So I like that. It's really nice and natural. And then I also received this from a brand which is a really nice luxurious feeling nipple balm. This brand is called My Expert Midwife and it's called the No Harm Nipple Balm, and it's got lanolin, coconut oil and almond oil in it, and I really like this. It's a little bit smoother in consistency to the Mamma Mia, but they're both great, and I love the fact that I can alternate between both of them, make them both last longer. And I plan, well, hopefully they won't finish by the time the baby comes, but I plan to use them if I have, you know, sore or cracked nipples when breastfeeding. So I'd highly recommend these 2. I was talking about my bump before, wasn't I? This brand, Mamma Mia, sent me a couple of products. One is the Tummy Rub Scrub. It's a creamy product that has very fine beads in it, and I use this in the shower to rub my bump, give it gentle exfoliation, and I just like it. It's honestly really just for the more therapeutic effect and just to enjoy the process a little bit. So I use that, and then I also will probably use my shea butter, or I will use the tummy rub oil that they sent me. This is really nice luxurious oil, and so I will use this on my belly, and these have beautiful smells, so you just go to bed or you enjoy the evening smelling like a spa. And then I also love this product from My Expert Midwife that they sent me called Fantastic Skin Elastic, and this is a really liquidy consistency product that you apply to the belly area, again to keep it kind of supple, moisturized, and as it suggests, it's a skin elastic, so to increase skin elasticity, and I love this. So those are a couple of things that I'm using on my body at the moment, chopping and changing and just enjoying them all. Oh, and there's one more thing I wanted to share. Let me get it because I don't have it nearby. So a friend of mine who has 6 kids, can I just add that in there, has been buying me books and sending me books every so often. And she bought me this book in my second trimester called The First 40 Days, The Essential Art of Nourishing the New Mother. And I absolutely love it. I didn't think I would enjoy this book because it's got really small text, and I'm just like, Ain't nobody got time for this. But I read this book in, I'd say, a day and maybe a couple of hours. It was that good. And the book is essentially about how to look after yourself during the postpartum period. It shares the practices of some Chinese cultures whereby the women engage in 40 days of healing after they've given birth. You know, they really focus on what they're putting in their body. They make sure they stay really warm so that they have good blood circulation and so that they heal really, really quickly. It's written from someone who was raised in the Western culture but is of Chinese heritage. And it's got lots of recipes in it, lots and lots of amazing recipes in it that I cannot wait to try during the postpartum period. So I really love and would recommend this book, and I'll put it in the description box for anyone that is interested. Right, we're rounding up. The last thing that I wanted to share was baby purchases. So, for those who don't know, I didn't buy one thing pre my first trimester update video for the baby. Not one thing, which is so unlike me. I really like to plan ahead, but I decided alongside my husband that we would wait to buy anything until our baby shower, which was when I was 7 months pregnant. And so after the baby shower, I was ready to buy things because I felt like I would know what was left, what people hadn't bought. And then I thought to myself, hold up, Black Friday is in a week or two. We'll wait till then. And so I waited to Black Friday and bought everything. I really milked the discounts. And so we have 95% of all of our baby things. It's so exciting. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a few clips in my pregnancy highlights. So we pretty much got everything we need bar a few things, and most of those things are things that I need, such as a nursing outfit and nursing bra, which I'll probably get fitted for a little bit later. But yeah, we also we went to the baby show, which is an expo, I believe happens, I think twice a year in the UK in a couple of different cities. We bought our baby pram and pushchair, as well as a car seat. Baby pram and pushchair and car seats, and a base as well. So we got that from there. And I have a video coming as well, guys, of the baby shower gifts that is coming this week on Saturday. I can't wait to share it with you. I also have a video of the things that we bought, so our very first baby haul. So I'll be sharing that. So make sure you guys subscribe so that you can get a notification when those videos are live. And that is pretty much it. I am so excited. I'm just counting down. I'm counting down. I really, really am excited, and we'll just continue to share the journey with you. Like I said, look out for those videos this weekend, and I will see you guys very, very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.